So I'm at the bank, right? I notice everybody's receipts right there, so I'm like, let me see how America's doing. Felt like being nosy. Available balance, $400. Shit. Available balance, 173. Available balance, 57 cents. Damn, bro. America going through it, man. I mean, what would happen if, like, they get like a sickness in the family or some emergency? Shit, it's not easy to live out here in 2023 nowadays. Might as well go back to El Salvador or some shit, man, your country, to be honest.
Central Florida, putting some families in some very tough places for the holidays.
Fox 35's Danielle Knox found a family in Apopka forced to live out of their pickup truck, and she's live in studio with the latest on this. Danielle.
Good morning, guys. You see that pickup truck here behind me, and a family is leaning on their faith this holiday season and really every day. It's been a really rough road for a mother and her 7 children and nephews, all living, that's right, living in that one vehicle. Homelessness in plain sight. I went out to meet with her at her car, and she says that she's optimistic about her future, though things are very difficult in the present.
The hustle and bustle of a weekday morning, people with places to be. But unless you look closely, you might not even notice the old pickup truck parked in the dirt underneath some shade trees. Shade that hides a glaring fact. The occupants are homeless.
I lost my place due to the fact of the inflation being so high. I wasn't able to keep up with the rent.
So 47-year-old Sanella Perdue has lived in this truck since May with her 7 children and nephews and 2 small dogs, all of them sleeping in this tight space every single night. Sanella's swollen legs, a physical reminder of the cramped conditions.
It's horrible. I mean, I wake up in aching pain. My kids wake up from here to go to the store to get dressed and go to school, and it's bad.
The kids range in age from 11 to 17. We're blurring their faces to preserve their dignity. They get ready for school by washing up at a nearby convenience store, eating what they can, and studying where they can. It is not easy.
They don't like it. They cry. Emotionally, I can't break down. I have to keep going. So I keep God first, and I have to give it prayer every day.
But many of the days of Sanella's life have not been easy. Born in Sanford, she was a normal teenager until a traumatic event at age 19 altered her life forever. She went on disability and was making it okay, she says, until another traumatic event, the brutal murder of her 16-year-old son in 2016.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to talk about this here. I just deal with it just amongst me and my kids.
She says she went into a spiral after her son's murder, and it still haunts her today.
But I get weak sometimes, so even a strong needs somebody.
Sanella collects disability and picks up scrap metal for money. She says DCF has been out to her location and the children's schools as well, who say the children come to school well dressed and clean. However, she says DCF has not offered assistance because technically they do have a roof over their heads, their car, and they've acknowledged Sanella is taking good care of the children. But Sanella is hoping to find a permanent roof for her family, not the roof of a car, but an apartment or a transitional housing situation. She says that would be a first step towards living a more normal life.
Do you feel that you will get out of this situation?
Yes, I do. I do, one day. I'm just praying for a sooner day.
According to the National Alliance to End Homelessness, there are more than 31,000 homeless people on our streets on any given night. State agencies and private organizations are overwhelmed. Sanella says because of the size of her family, shelters can't accommodate them all long term. But sometimes, to escape the cramped truck, she gathers enough money for the occasional hotel stay, giving them heat and air conditioning, a bed, a shower, and a sense of normalcy, if only for one night.
For people who are going to be watching this story, Candy, what do you want them to know? What would you say to them?
No matter what, never give up, because there's a God in you that stands strong, and He will make everything possible. Keep praying for me. Pray for me for a better day.
Oh, and so we want to add here that we did reach out to DCF last week regarding Sanella's case and have not heard back. Sanella, though, says that her biggest hope, as you heard there in the piece, guys, is to find permanent housing. Unfortunately, that has not happened yet. And, you know, it's cold out here and her resources are very, very limited. And what's also unfortunate is her story mimics hundreds of stories that we see out on our streets. But again, you know, she's looking for some help, right? And so hopefully somebody will be able to reach out and help this lady who's really doing the very best she can under some just incredibly difficult circumstances.
And those kids going to school, and it just shows you don't know someone's situation.
Absolutely.
Because you have no idea what they've been through.
But they do know, the school knows the kids are homeless, but they come to school clean.
Yeah.
They're doing their work. They're good students. And so she's doing an incredible job given the circumstances that she's under right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the children, too. So can you imagine how hard that must be for them to even be able to do homework, right? There's nowhere even to sit down and have a quiet
they sit down outside of that truck and they do their homework. So again, you know, you just never know what somebody is going through, but we hope that somebody will lend some help to this incredible
tough
family.
look, but an important one for sure. Danielle, thanks.
I'm a teacher and I can barely afford to pay rent with my salary. My salary bi-weekly is basically my rent minus $500. Guess how much my car is? $400. Guess how much insurance is? $100. Oh yeah, that's right. You do the math. I'm left with owing money at the end of the month. That's not even with groceries. Holy that's not even with groceries. I realize every single month I am transferring money out of savings into my checking, and I am not. Just had the realization in the car that I'm actually gonna go into debt if I continue being a teacher. Like, genuinely. Wow. Oh, I'm like literally having a crisis right now. I'm gonna have a panic attack right now. I can't do this. I literally cannot do this. Knowing every single month that most of my money is literally, like, I don't have money.
So I just had a guy tell me that the economy is booming and that the only reason people are struggling is because they're not working hard enough. Yep, so for all of us struggling, we're just not working hard enough. Does this guy realize that today there are people who are making $30,000 to $50,000 more a year than they were making 3 to 5 years ago, but they are struggling more today than 3 to 5 years ago? Has this guy walked through a grocery store? Has he seen the price of chips? Has he seen the price of cereal? Has he seen the prices of anything? Does he realize that we have elderly who, in order to put food on the table, are having to go work at Walmart even though they're 80 years old? Does he realize that people who are in their 30s and 40s, who do have a job, who do have a good career, have moved back in with their parents because they can't afford the price of rent and they can't buy a home right now because the interest rates are so high and the prices of homes are still high? And then you add on property taxes, and then you add on home insurance. People can't afford that. And it's not as simple as go get a better job, go get a second job. It's not that simple. Telling a mom like me to go get a second job when I'm already working a full-time career and I already have a 2-hour commute every day, I don't have time for that. Okay, so what? I go get a second job and now I'm never with my children? How is that worth it? Oh, and now I have to go pay more daycare expenses? How is that worth it? Okay, we have a lot of people in this country, in this world, struggling? And the answer is not to bury your head in the sand and act like nothing's going on. Do not tell me the economy is booming. The economy is not booming when people are struggling the way they are. And when I mean people that have good jobs, who have good degrees, who have 2 incomes coming in their house, and the family is still struggling. That's not a booming economy.
No one tells you how hard it is to find a job. You graduate college and everybody's just like, yeah, it's fucking perfect. The amount of times I've applied for jobs this past like month and a half and I've just been straight up ghosted. Like after an interview. Like I have been looking every single day for a month and I've interviewed 6 or 7 times and 5 of them have ghosted me. And I'm emailing them. Just wanted to check in and let you know that I'm still interested and super excited to hear more, and like fucking nothing. It like leaves people like me hanging who like are like desperate for something. And I'm so willing to work hard. And it just seems like nobody wants to give me a shot. It's a huge hit to my self-esteem and my self-worth, and I just don't feel like I can do it anymore. I just feel like life just constantly knocks me down, and like I do get back up because I'm stubborn, but I'm just to the point where I just really want to give up because I just don't believe in myself anymore, and that's so thought I would say that about myself. Wow.
I don't know why I'm making this video, but like I feel like my husband and I are doing everything right. We both have good jobs. I'm a nurse. I'm a registered nurse. I work full-time. He works full-time. We just got paid this past Friday, right? We paid the mortgage, bought some groceries, put some gas in the car. And guys, it is Tuesday, and we have like $200 or $300 to last us until next Friday. Like, we don't live in a big house. We live in a little ranch. It's 1,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, us and our 2 kids. And like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm in school full time. I work full time. He works more than full time. He works overtime every week. I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed out. This isn't how it's supposed to be. You know, growing up we were told, you know, go to college, get a degree, work to support your family. Here we are. Did that. Now what? Now what? I'm not into politics. I don't follow it. Frankly, that stresses me out too. But like, I don't know, somebody has to do something to change this, because like, I make good money. He makes good money. We don't live above our means. I don't know what less than paycheck to paycheck is. What is that? Poverty. As a registered nurse, with a husband, with a second income. He doesn't make as much as I do, but he still works and brings home good money. So, I don't know. While I was in school, all I could think about was, it'll get better. It'll get better after I graduate and I start working. And you know, we'll be able to pay our bills. We'll be able to not check the bank account if our kids say, Mom, can we go to the movies this weekend? Just be comfortable. And we're not. We're not at all. I don't know what else to say. It's just, I don't know. I know there's been a lot of videos on TikTok about people, you know, talking about the economy and, you know, just how out of control prices are right now. We're all talking about it. I feel like none of the people that talk about it because we live it have any influence or power or anything to change things. You know, what are we gonna do? We're too worried about how we're gonna buy dinner for tonight. I don't know. Feel free to share this video. Talk about it more. Maybe somebody who, you know, can do something about it will see one of our videos. Hundreds, thousands, I'm sure, people post every day and talk about the economy. And I don't want to get into the politics with it, so don't come on my comments talking about Biden and Trump, and I don't want to hear it. It's not about that. Maybe it is about that, but either way, I don't want to hear about it. I just want to share our struggle. And, you know, maybe someone else can relate. I don't know. Maybe we just need to support each other until things change. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching.